You do.
You've got longevity in your side of the marriage family, haven't you?
Yeah, well, apparently my great-grandparents, Adele and Henry Leroy, were married for 60 years.
Wow.
So not quite as long, but still a good stint, isn't it?
Yeah, fantastic, isn't
very
it?
good
Brilliant
stint.
stuff. Right, shall we get to the weather?
Yeah.
Because it is a little bit wet out there. You don't
Yeah.
need any me to tell anyone that, but it's also a bit milder, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's been a dreary old start, hasn't it, to the week?
Yeah.
But temperatures, they have been on the mild side once again. So today we had maximums of around 13 degrees Celsius. And when we look at the average for this time of year, only 9.5 degrees. So we are a good few degrees above that. Now the record for December is a bit higher, around 15 degrees, but when we look at the maximum for most days, it is around this, so we're not far off those record temperatures. And actually, when we look at the rest of the week, we're into these double digits here, and it could be even on the milder side Tuesday and Wednesday, reaching around 14 degrees.
It is warm for this time of year, isn't it?
feels
Why
like
is it so mild?
Well, it's all to do with where our air has come from. So when we look at this chart here, we've got a low pressure system. It's been named as Storm Bram. It's going to bring strong winds and some rain to parts of the UK. But when we look at the direction of the winds, that's what's important. So winds flow around low pressure systems in this anti-clockwise motion. What that means is we've got a flow of southerly air coming all the way from here around the Azores, so very far south, towards us, and you can see that milder pocket of air as it travels across in those slightly orangey colours, reaching us, giving us those milder temperatures.
Yeah, you touched on it there, and I can just about take the rain. You can dress up, can't you, in the right clothes for that? But it's the wind. We've got some of that coming again.
Yeah, and it is all to do with this system, Storm Bram. You can see the centre closer to the UK and Ireland, so they're going to have the strongest winds and more of that rain. And you can see that because these lines, isobars, are very tightly packed together there, meaning very strong winds. But for us, it is still going to be on the breezy side. We've got an orange wind warning in place, and we could see gusts of around 45 miles an hour, so a strong force 7, maybe even a gale force 8 in Alderney. And the theme really over the past few weeks and months has been on the windy side. We are in the winter now, and I thought I'd share this video which sums it up quite nicely. These geese battling the elements there, really. I know, really battling that spray that's flying off. I think a lot of them have picked quite sensibly the more sheltered side of the wall, but let's get all the details now. Here's your forecast. Well, the week has kicked off on a grey and damp note, and still some cloudy and wet weather to come as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures on the mild side, a good few degrees above the average for the time of year. But we have got some rather brisk winds to come that will slightly take the edge off things. Those winds building overnight and into tomorrow, and there is an orange wind warning in place because we could see gusts of around 45 miles an hour. So looking at tonight, overcast and cloudy, perhaps some hill fog, and notice that rain is still a feature. The winds coming in from the south, that's what's feeding in the milder air. Those are going to pick up as we head towards dawn. So we could see the winds into tomorrow reaching a strong force 6 to force 7, maybe even touching gale force 8 in Alderney. So Guernsey and Alderney likely to see the most breezy weather, and especially on exposed coasts. Tomorrow, another cloudy day, and we'll see this front coming through, bringing us some wet weather. That's probably when we'll see those top wind speeds perhaps reaching 45 miles an hour. And another mild day, highs of 14 degrees Celsius, but it probably will feel a bit chillier in the brisk winds. Into tomorrow evening, once that front clears through, slightly drying out and still breezy, but the winds will calm down slightly later on in the day. Let's get a check on those times of high water now, between 9 and 10 in the morning, later on between 9:30 and 10:30, with the sea temperature at 11.5 degrees. So it's this low pressure system, Storm Bram, that's bringing very strong winds to parts of Ireland. For us, not quite as bad, but still breezy. As I mentioned, we could be seeing gusts around 45 miles an hour. But as that moves away on Wednesday, we've got some brighter skies to come and a slightly more settled day in the picture.